Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm excited to talk to some travelers, some kids who recently went on a great summer vacation because I think it's always growing up the summer vacation was the best part of my summers. And so I want to hear from the kids because it's like they have the stories. They know what they liked. So I've got Journey. Do you want to wave?
Yeah.
Thanks, Journey. And Lo. Welcome and forever. Hey, thanks for joining me. So they're in Iowa and they took a summer vacation. So who wants to tell me where you went?
We went to Colorado.
Oh, great. So did you drive or did you fly? How did you get there?
We drove.
Nice. That sounds like fun. So what were some of your favorite places that you went?
My favorite place was the train.
Ooh, tell me about the train.
So we went up like this mountain, Pikes Peak.
Uh-huh.
We went up the trails and there was like old time stuff and I
Oh,
really
wow. That sounds very cool. So it
Mhm.
was like a train that you all got on and it goes straight up the mountain?
Yep.
Oh, wow. So did any of you guys take pictures?
I took quite a few pictures.
Oh, awesome. So what were some of the best photos that you think of the trip?
Some of the best photos were either on the mountain or when we had the car ride. There was a road that went like on the mountain too, and it was a great view from like the valley. And definitely nature photos of like flowers and trees and stuff.
Cool. Did you guys see any animals? I know Colorado, there's animals, but sometimes they're out, sometimes you don't get lucky.
We saw at least two moose
Oh,
and some
wow.
other little animals.
Seeing the moose, that's really cool. I don't think I've ever seen a moose when I've gone to Colorado, so that was really lucky. How far away do you think the moose was?
At least
We were
maybe 20 to 30 feet away because we got really close to
Yeah,
one.
that is pretty cool. That's really awesome. So what
and
were some of your, yeah, tell me what some of your favorite things were.
we saw some elk.
Ooh,
There was a lot of elk there.
were they? Were they in the park? Did you go to Rocky Mountain National Park or?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then we went like hiking at this place on the mountain. I don't really know.
No, that's cool. I like that.
And we in the car ride, one person gave us like moose mix or whatever, and then Journey found a moose in his mix.
Oh no. So what was the longest day that you sat in the car? Because sometimes, when you're in the car for a long time to get to point A and point B, like when I was growing up, we didn't have movies. We had to look out the window. That was pretty much it. So it could be a
It's
long ride.
8 hours.
8 hours. So what did you do to entertain yourself in the car so that other kids might get some ideas? Did you have books, movies,
Electronics. I
electronics?
played on my tablet. I drawed.
Ooh.
I played rock, paper, scissors with myself.
Oh, good.
And um,
And
yeah.
then we downloaded a family game on one of our phones and we played that around the car.
Oh,
It was like
cool.
a heads up game where like Pictionary or something.
Whether you have to take the phone and then you put on your head, and then if you go up, that means that you got it, and down means you didn't get it. And then mom and other people have to like try to give you hints so you can guess the word.
Wow, that sounds like a good game. I'll have to like look that up so we can put it in the notes for other people. Because yeah, there's probably some online games now that you can play each person on their phone or something. That's cool. What about food? I love stopping at places and trying food. Was there favorite places to stop for food if someone's going on a road trip to Colorado?
We had runzas. Those are pretty good, but They're very delicious to eat and they don't last long.
What's a runza? I'm sorry.
Runs is like it's a Russian dish.
It's a
It's a
hamburger inside of a sandwich.
Oh, wow. That sounds really interesting. That sounds good. Were there other stops that you made? Who got to pick where you stopped for food? Did you vote? Did somebody already figure it out? How did that work?
My favorite place was Subway.
Oh, yeah, I like Subway. It's good for sandwiches. You can pick what you want.
Yeah, I always get my regular, like the 6 inch, and then lettuce, and then just ham. Yeah, and I got a root beer. I was gonna say
Hmm,
Dr. Pepper.
that
We
sounds
went go
good.
karting too.
Go-karting. Oh, wow.
Since I didn't get a drive by myself because I was too short, I had to go be a passengers. I gotta do bumper
Ooh.
cars.
So where was the go-karts? What city was that? Do you remember?
Grand Lake.
Okay. That'd be a good thing for kids. That sounds like a lot of fun, all ages. As long as, like you said, if you have someone to ride with, in case you're too short. So did you meet any interesting people? Like when I was vacationing, sometimes we'd meet other kids at the pool or any characters that you met.
We met Joe and Julie. They live there.
Oh, nice. That's always nice to go see family or friends. That's a lot of fun.
They were the ones that took us hiking in the mountains.
So
It was
was it,
really cold up in the
oh,
mountains.
it was cold. Oh, wow. Because you guys went in the summer, so that's a good tip for people if they're going to Colorado or the mountains to kind of check what to pack, because you might need to pack, you know, some short sleeves and some long sleeves, right? So, did you get any souvenirs?
Mm, yes.
Yes. It
My
looks like
shirt.
I think you're wearing one and I like it. It's cool. I always think shirts are a good souvenir because it's something you can wear. You
I
can wear,
didn't know my shirt was a souvenir.
yeah, it's something you bought while you weren't traveling that you didn't get where you live. So I think that counts. Anyone else take some money and buy something?
there was a store there and it was like a walk-in of like the past and the Wild West. So you got to see that because I was up in Colorado and you could buy a lot of stuff there. It was mainly like shirts and hats and posters.
Cool. So did you pick a hat or it was just cool to look?
I got a beanie because they sell a lot of those and you can wear them. And I think I was gonna get a shirt because there's a lot that fit.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to decide what to get and then you're like down the road and then you're like, darn, why didn't I get that shirt? So you just kind of have to do the best you can. What?
I got a I got a toy mouse. It's like
Oh,
a squishy hamster. A hamster. It was really fun. And I kept playing with him in the car. And I realized the paint like wasn't really good because every time I squished it, the paint like rolled up.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So did you have snacks you took in the car? I know we talked about games. Were there snacks you took with you?
There's a lot of snacks. There's apples, cheese sticks, chips, cookies.
Oh yeah, the best part is picking out the snacks. Did everybody get to pick some of their own snacks or did you go together?
Go together.
It's a good idea. How about packing? Because sometimes when you're in a group, there's only so much room for so much stuff. Did you have to think about what to pack?
Not really. I just throw everything in and be like, okay, I'm done.
I like that. That's a good attitude. Just whatever fits in there, take it.
Then mommy does most of the work to get stuff sorted.
Oh. Yeah, you're lucky when you have a mom or a dad or a parent that's leading the trip that does extra stuff for you. That's very helpful. So was there anything on the trip that was kind of like, nah, I don't know. I don't know if I like that so much. Because sometimes when you get back from a trip, there's always something that, maybe it rained that day or just it just wasn't a good day for you. Was there anything like that?
When we went up to the top of the mountain, my head wouldn't stop hurting. It just kept like pounding and hurting. And yeah, so
Yeah, that might have been the altitude, and that's something to think about, when you're not used to going up high on the mountain, the altitude, or if you have allergies. Anything else, you guys, that you didn't like that you're like, oh, why are we doing this?
The swimming at the top, it gets pretty cold.
Oh,
So
does it? Yeah.
yeah, the water gets really cold.
Yeah, that could be. Because sometimes when I was a kid, I was like, are we really going on this hike? How long do we have to walk? It seemed kind of long sometimes. So, what would you tell your friends about Colorado?
Definitely, it's a place to visit. It's very pretty.
very fun. You can see lots of moose and elk there. There's a lot of stuff to see.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds like you had really good weather, except for it being cold the one day. But heck, when it's 100 out here in Las Vegas, I'll take cold. It sounds like a good place for me.
My favorite place was the Alpine Slide.
Oh, what was that like?
It was like, at first, I'm like, it's like so terrifying, but when I went down it, it's kind of like fast, but you can control how fast you go. And I kept pushing it all the way forward so it could go really fast, but my car kept pushing it backwards, so I went slow down it.
Oh, wow. That sounds kind of scary for some people, but it also sounds fun because it sounds like something unique. And I'm sure you had a really good view up there at the top of the slide too. Was there any place that was kind of crowded? Was this a good time to go?
Um,
No?
It was
Okay.
on the slides. It was kind of a late, but otherwise, no, it wasn't so much crowded.
That's good. That's good because we're hearing a lot of national parks being really busy this summer. So this is nice to hear that there's places in Colorado to go where it's not as busy. Did you also go, I think, I saw some pictures from Garden of the Gods.
Yeah, we went there. It's pretty cool, and it's got a long little travel spot where you can walk across it, and it's pretty cool. Or if you want to like stand there and look at the big rocks, it's got places where you could just stand and look.
Oh, that sounds cool. Yeah, the short walks seem really interesting. You didn't see any snakes though, or any dangerous
No,
animals.
I don't think there are any there that you can see.
Well,
I
that's good.
I saw a lizard when we were at that one house. I thought I saw a lizard and like go somewhere. I went,
Yeah. Well, luckily lizards are harmless, so lizards aren't bad. But sometimes there's things that people like need to be prepared for. Like when you go on a hike in the desert, sometimes you might see a snake. So, just things to be prepared for. But it sounds great. It sounds like, especially the moose, that is amazing. Did they stay in one place for a while, or were they just kind of on the move?
They were mostly in space, like in the same spot, unless you like were loud or something, then they would move. But usually, if you minded your own business with them, then they were pretty chill.
Cool. So what did you do at night? Did you ever go outside and look at the stars or stay in? You were just tired? What were some of the things you did at night?
watch the cars drive by.
Oh, that sounds actually kind of cool because you see the lights.
We were in one room where you could see through the window because it's at the end of the bed. So me and Noah were up all night, like watching the cars go by. And that's why we wanted mommy to put the curtain up higher so you could see out.
Yeah. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, I like that at night sometimes. You have a window in your room, you can look outside or see all the stars if you just go out, if you get back from dinner and it's dark out. That's very cool. So what are some tips for other families that might think about taking a family vacation? Is there anything you would tell them to help plan it, or?
Make sure there's enough beds for everyone.
Oh, that's a good tip. That's nice. Yeah, because it's not always, I'm the same way. It's not always nice. I'd rather have a little cot if I have to, and you can always call ahead often and ask, or find out if they've got a couch or something. Yeah, that can be hard, sharing a bed. That is hard.
Especially I like to pack enough snacks on the trip too, if it's gonna be a long drive, because there's gonna be hungry people.
Yeah, I like that. And if people get hungry, they're not always nice. Exactly. Packing plenty of snacks. That's another good tip. Any other tips?
No.
No? All right. I'm glad you guys had a great time. Thank you so much for sharing. Sounds like a great vacation. So I'm going to put some notes in the show description, so if people want to figure out some ways to get to Colorado, they can do that. And the games on their phones, because some of us parents, we don't always know that there's these games that you can play like that. So those were really good tips. Thank you so much, you guys.
You're welcome.
Thanks.